Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the WD Broadcasting Network. Tonight we are at the Myrtle Beach Speedway once again, here with the Leave the Pack Street Stock Showdown for their 6th race of the season. We took a little bit of time off for the holiday break, but we're back here for race number 6. Last week, or the last time we ran, rather, race number 5 at South Boston. Christopher Smith went to victory lane, picked up his second victory of the season. That moved him up to 3rd place in the point standings. Currently, he sits 7th on the board in qualifying. That's what these drivers are doing right now. They've got about 2 minutes and 37 seconds left to do so. We'll look at some of the other drivers on track. Brian Grable completing his final qualifying lap, 7th quick with a 20.60. Grable still looking for that first win in the super late model division. Actually, I believe this is his first start this season. Sorry, second start this season. Still looking for that first victory. Has a victory in the super late model division, but not here in the Street Stock Showdown. See if anybody else is on track. How about the guy that won last night in the Leave the Pack late model division? Comes into this evening as your Street Stock Showdown points leader. This is Brandon Elvis, driver out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Home track right here at the Myrtle Beach Speedway. Elvis comes across the line right there to get the white flag. We'll see what he can do this final time around. These drivers are given 3 laps, so they really get 2 flying laps with a good run up to speed. So we'll see what Brandon Elvis can do this final time. Comes across the line a little bit slower right there, so he'll stay in that 2nd spot. Mark Keteman will take the pole. There's no invert here tonight at the Myrtle Beach Speedway, something these drivers are used to seeing here in the Street Stock Showdown. So we will start the field straight up as they qualify. Mark Keteman right now sitting on the pole, the last driver to qualify. Right now, Zach Coyer on the racetrack. Coyer making just his 2nd start this season. As he works around turns 3 and 4 to get the checkered flag. Looks like he will be in the 13th spot. He'll reset that car, and I think that will conclude his qualifying run. Coyer only making 1 start this season back at Kern County. The opening race of the series, or of the season, I should say. As qualifying concludes, and Mark Keteman for the 2nd night in a row goes to the top of the board in qualifying. We'll see if we can't grab a word from him here before the race is over. Or the race begins, I should say. As we'll get Keteman up into the broadcast booth. Mark Keteman up into the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, well, quick time for the 2nd night in a row. Last night ended up with a top 5 finish. What do you feel about your chances in 40 laps here in the Street Stocks?
Terrible. I don't know. We'll see. Just got to keep the tires under it. I seem to fade at the end of these races, just maybe not saving enough tires. So we'll see, but it ain't going to be easy. I definitely have Elvis on the outside tonight, so we're going to give it our best shot and go on and hopefully win the race.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough 40 laps. These Street Stocks tend to get a little bit uneasy on the right rear tire, and Myrtle Beach is a track that wears the tire pretty well, so you guys are definitely going to have your hands full here tonight. Going to be exciting to watch you, but maybe we can talk to you later on. Thanks for talking to us. Good luck, Mark.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yep. Alrighty, folks, that was Mark Keteman, 7 wins in the Leave the Pack iRacing League, and now it's time to take a look at our starting lineup here tonight for the Street Stock Showdown division at Myrtle Beach. Mark Kedeman, your pole sitter in the number 2 machine, rolling off from that top spot. His outside, it'll be the hometown hero, your winner last night, Brandon Elvis in the 54. James Pileski going to roll off from the 3rd spot in the 93 machine, with Zach Murphy looking for his second Leave the Pack Street Stock Showdown victory. He'll start in the 4th spot in the 29. Easton Swain won the first race of the season. We haven't seen him back since, making the start here tonight from the 5th spot at Myrtle Beach. Carter Russo in the 6th position in the 21. Austin Godfrey will roll off from the 7th spot in the 1 machine. Then it's Brian Grable in the 22 to his outside. Chris Smith in the 80 machine will roll off from the 9th position. Then Kyle Heinzelman in the 57 will roll off 10th behind him. Back behind, Trey Ashworth going to start 11th in the number 8 machine here tonight. And then Jeremiah Woods Jr. back behind him in the 12th spot in the triple twos. Zach Coyer in the 13 machine will roll off from the 13th spot, with Logan Drumheller in the number 5 to his outside in the 14th position. And back behind, rounding out your field, Connor Baker in the 231 machine. Then it's Jesse Binkley in the 25 and Bugsy May in the 28, which I don't think Bugsy was able to make it to the grid, so tough break for the 28 early on. As there is a look at the field as they work their way down into turns 1 and 2. Mark Kedeman in that famous yellow number 2 machine. If you've watched the WD Broadcasting Network coverage of the Street Stock Showdown division, you've seen that 2 machine before. You know he's got a lot of speed. We'll see what he can do here tonight as the pace car works his way into turns 3 and 4 down to pit road. It's in the hands of Mark Kedeman and Brandon Elvis. They will wait for the drop of the green flag. They make their way into the restart zone. The green is up and the green is out. We are underway here at Myrtle Beach. Down into turns 1 and 2. Mark Kedeman takes the early advantage. He'll peek out by just about a car length's advantage. Elvis a little bit loose up on the top side. Kedeman trying to get clear, but Elvis still peeking a nose out up top. Into turns 3 and 4 for the first time. Up and out of the corner, Mark Kedeman going to lead lap number 1. Back behind, Easton Swain in the 33 machine. The first car is side by side. He and Carter Russo battling for that 5th spot. Russo up top, Swain on the bottom. These two had an exciting finish at the Kern County Raceway Park in week number 1. Opening race 4 wide coming to the line. Swain was the winner at the end of it all. Right now, though, Russo making that top side work here early on. He's got Brian Grable in train behind him. You just got to keep the tires underneath of these race cars for all 40 laps. That outside lane may work, but it also could eat that tire up later in the race. You just got to be conservative of how much car you're really using at this stage in the race. Ooh, loose on the inside. Easton Swain, there's contact there. Both him and Carter Russo up the racetrack. Austin Godfrey to the inside. They are 3 wide behind Trey Ashworth there in the 8 machine. Through turns 3 and 4, Easton Swain in the 33 machine was big time sideways into turns 1 and 2, and he's going to lose several positions back to the 9th spot. We are 5 laps in, and it is chaos back behind your front 4, who have broken away to about a second advantage. As Brian Grable has now inherited that 5th spot. Carter Russo and Austin Godfrey battle for the 6th position back behind. And look at that pack of cars right there. All of these drivers very similar on time. So no surprise to see everybody bunched up like this. All of these drivers very skilled. Very good group of competitors here. All bunched up in a line like this, ready to go forward. Maybe did not get the qualifying run that they desired. Chris Smith, a 2-time winner this season, the guy that won the last race, currently running in the 9th spot. He knows how to work his way from the front. Or work his way to the front, I should say. His first win of the season, he started from the 6th spot at the Indianapolis Raceway Park, and that's a track that's very tough to pass at, and we saw it all race long. A lot of green flag laps there. Smith was able to work his way to the front and get around Zach Murphy late in that race with just about 2 laps to go. Up front, though, Brandon Elvis has taken over the lead, or he's trying to take over the lead, I should say, to the inside of Mark Kedeman. James Pileski right there in the 3rd spot. Him and Zach Murphy waiting in the wings. Elvis on the bottom. Keedeman trying to make that outside lane work. Elvis, the hometown hero, trying to sweep the week. He did it in excellent fashion last night. Made it out of a 4-wide situation with the lead and did not look back from there. Right now we are 10 laps in, and Elvis looks pretty strong, but Keedeman still holding up a pretty good fight on that outside lane as they fly by to 10 laps in, 30 laps to go. The laps are going to click away pretty quickly here, especially with the green flag laps that we're getting right now. These drivers doing a good job keeping it in the right direction. As, James Pileski in the 93 machine is around. Trouble for the 93 of Pileski. Not sure what happened there. He gets it back rolling. It looks like he's back in the right direction. But the caution flag flies for the first time on lap number 12. We'll see what happened to the 93 machine. It looked like the 93 of Pileski might have gotten loose up on the top side. Not sure. We'll try and look at that from a better view up top. Yeah, it looked like the 93 machine got loose. And around he went. We'll look at that on board with the 93 of Pileski to see what he saw. It looked like there was nothing Zach Murphy could do. Unfortunately, try and see this from Murphy's perspective here. Yeah, he's in the throttle right there. Nothing Murphy could do. And Pileski, unfortunately, going to lose that third spot. He'll be back to the 14th position after that one. So we are 15 laps into this one. 2 to go signal given to these drivers. Brandon Elvis able to hang on to the lead, just barely ahead of Mark Keedeman at the time of the caution. Folks, what do we think of the racing we saw right there? All throughout the top 10, battling consistently side by side. There was a pack of them from about 6th to about 12th, I'd say, all side by side, ready to take that top spot, or ready to get to the top spot, I should say. And then while we weren't looking, Brandon Elvis was able to take the lead from Mark Keedeman. And he'll try to defend it as we are 25 laps away from the finish of this one. 1 to go signal given to these drivers. The pace car makes his way down the back straightaway. For the first time this race, we'll make our way into the restart zone. It'll be in the hands of Brandon Elvis right there at the cones. And he is up. Green is out. We are underway. Good start there for Elvis. He's able to get clear of Keedeman down into turns 1 and 2. Zach Murphy in the third spot, trying to hold off Brian Grable and Carter Russo charging behind. Into turns 3 and 4. Keedeman very close to the back bumper there, trying to find a way back around. Chris Smith and the 80 machine up on the outside of Trey Ashworth. Oh, up into the outside wall. A couple cars up into the outside wall. Ashworth down low. Chris Smith up top. Easton Swain right there. Back 4 positions from his starting spot, the 5th spot. James Pileski trying to work his way back forward. He's underneath Connor Baker there in the 7. Leski trying to make that inside lane work. We look back up front. 4 cars, single file under a blanket, battling for that top spot. Keedeman had a charge right there from Murphy. Murphy looks pretty racy in the 29 machine. Murphy currently sitting in that 3rd spot. He's got Brian Gravel right back behind. Gravel going to take a peek to the inside. Murphy says, nope, not today. He's going to try to shut the door, but up off the corner, the 29 a little bit loose. Is that going to open up the door? Looks like the 22 going to take a peek to the inside here. Gravel to the inside of the racetrack. Meanwhile, back behind, Austin Godfrey trying to find a way around Carter Russo as well. Gravel trying to get P3. Godfrey trying to get P5. There's 18 laps to go. Ooh, nearly contact down into turns 1 and 2. Gravel's going to get that spot. Meanwhile, back behind, Austin Godfrey trying to get that 5th position away from Carter Russo. Russo up on the top side there. Really holding the one machine tight. They're door-to-door out of the corner. 17 to go right here. Even at the line, very close, the 2 of those drivers. And the caution flag is out. Connor Baker in the 7 machine sitting the wrong way in turns 1 and 2. The caution flag flies for the 2nd time. Not sure what happened to Connor Baker. We'll try to figure out and see if we can't tell. Look at it from the drone camera here. Looked like up off the corner, he was battling with Jesse Binkley and Kyle Heinzelman, and there was contact going into 1 and 2. It looked like Binkley might have tried to shove him up there and get a little bit more room than Baker was willing to give. We'll try to see that one more time. On board with Jesse Binkley in the 25 machine. See down into turns 1 and 2. Looked like there was just contact. And around he went. Binkley running in the 13th spot. And that puts us under caution for the 2nd time. Going to restack this field. Field given the 1 to go signal. And it'll be a 13-lap shootout. Can Brandon Elvis hang on here and pick up another victory? He's the all-time winningest driver in Leave the Pack competition. Elvis into turns 3 and 4, making his way into the restart zone. We're back underway. 13 to go at Myrtle Beach. Down into turns 1 and 2. Brandon Elvis, Mark Keedeman battling for that top spot. Looks like Elvis will have it up off the corner. He'll clear Mark Keedeman. Oh, in trouble back behind. Easton Swain in the 33 machine. Big time trouble. The front end off of that race car. I believe I saw him up into the outside wall. The 33 machine picked up the victory back at the Kern County Raceway Park earlier on this season. The opening race. See if we can't tell what happened down into turns 3 and 4. Looked like there was contact from behind. Ashworth in the 8 machine. A little bit of bumper tag there. Try to go on board with the 33 of Swain. Back from behind here. Yeah, definitely contact there from the 8 machine. That puts us back under yellow once again. That's even less green flag laps for these guys to battle it out. We've got 10 laps to go. Brandon Elvis and Mark Keteman have battled all race long. Your biggest movers so far, Zach Coyer and Brian Gravel, up 4 and 5 positions. Gravel started in that 8th spot. He's become a threat here late in the race. He was trying to get around Zach Murphy there when the caution came out. We've got 9 laps to go. The 1 to go signal given to these drivers. It'll be a single file restart here inside of 10 laps to go. There's a rule in Leave the Pack where if there's back-to-back consecutive cautions, it automatically goes single file. So that is why you're seeing a single file restart here. We'll send them back with 8 laps to go. Can Mark Keteman do anything to stop Brandon Elvis here? Green flag is back out. We're back underway. Down into turns 1 and 2. Keteman trying to find a way to get underneath the 54 machine. Dead even through turns 1 and 2 right there. Very similar lines the two are running. Keteman trying to open up that corner a little bit. Elvis trying to hug that wall on the inside. 7 to go this time. Into turns 1 and 2 once again. Contact out back. Valesky in the 93 machine, missing the front bumper. A couple of cars sideways back here, but all eyes are up front with 6 laps to go. Six to go. Brandon Elvis trying to hang on for what would be his 9th victory. Elvis trying to go for his 9th victory and Leave the Pack competition. Keteman in that 2nd spot. Gravel in the 3rd spot right now, trying to take over the position from Zach Murphy. 3 to go here at Myrtle Beach. Gravel battling with Murphy for 3rd. Looks like Gravel going to take the spot. Popsicle sticks up in the air. 2 laps to go here for Brandon Elvis. Trying to take over the all-time win category and get a good margin here. White flag is up. 1 lap to go. The battle's still on for that 3rd spot. Does Keteman have anything left in the tank here? One final time down the back straightaway. Gravel and Murphy battling for the 3rd spot. Keteman with a big lunge into 3, but not going to happen. Brandon Elvis wins once again at Myrtle Beach. Photo finish at the line. Brian Gravel is going to finish 3rd. A good run there. Brandon Elvis able to pick up another victory. His 2nd of the week, trying to sweep competition at the Myrtle Beach Speedway. But picks up another victory here in the Street Stock Showdown. Expands his points lead. His 3rd victory of the season. And Elvis going to take a victory lap here and do a burnout back in, or towards turn 3 on the back straightaway where he burned it down last night. While he burns it down, we're going to take a quick step away, get the super late model race underway, and get a word from our top 3 as quickly as we can. Be right back in just a moment on the WD Broadcasting Network. Alrighty, folks, we are back here on the WD Broadcasting Network. Apologies about the little bit of silence there towards the end of the race. Had a knee pop out of place there with about 5 laps to go, and it kind of sidelined a little bit of the commentary there, but we're back and I think ready to go. We're going to grab a word from our top 3 finishers, starting with our 3rd place finisher, Brian Gravel. Move him up into the broadcast booth. Mr. B Gravy, Brian Gravel, up into the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, well, you're on the podium, but you had the biggest journey to get here out of your top 3 finishers tonight. You started in the 8th spot, didn't get too much practice time, but found a way to get the 22 machine on the podium. How do you feel?
I felt pretty good. I mean, I got like 5 laps of practice and was convinced I was going to end up parking it by lap 20. And then I finally just, we started the race and I got in a really good rhythm and I found out what I could do differently to be faster. And I was like, all right, well, that works. So I just drove my way up and I'm pretty happy with my top 3. I wanted a top 5. I didn't think I was even going to get close to the top 5. So I'll take it.
Yeah, it was definitely a good run for the 22 machine. You saw you passing some cars late. Definitely looked like you had a lot of speed there. Maybe a little bit more laps and a little bit more track position there. You could have had a shot at the victory. But who do you have to thank for a podium finish here tonight?
I'd like to thank Oliver Motorsports, RaceEPI.com, Napa, Scrub Out Cancer, my parents, and I'd like to thank you for putting this on. And I'm pretty sure the 54 machine's going to need a new motor, so hopefully his motor guy can hook him up. Pretty sure it just blew it up down there in Victory Lane.
we did get to see the motor smoke pop up there on the stream here, so that was funny. Elvis is going to need a new motor before next week. Good thing he's not going to have to run that motor in the super late model race later on this evening, which is up right about now. So I'll let you get to that, Mr. B Gravy, and hopefully we can see you later on this evening.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, well, congratulations to you once again.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yep. Alrighty, folks, that was Mr. Brian Gravel, your 3rd place finisher. Now to talk to our 2nd place finisher, Mark Keedeman. See if we can't find him up into the broadcast booth. There we go. Mark Keedman up in the broadcast booth once again. Second place here tonight. Elvis got you, but not by much. You guys were very close, but he found a way to get underneath you there on that long run and ultimately ended up winning it. How do you feel?
Pretty good. I knew it was gonna be tough to beat him. This is his home track, just like it's tough to beat me at Concord because that's my home track. So I knew it wasn't gonna be easy, but I don't know. The car was just really inconsistent in turn one. I just could never really figure that corner out, but it was really good through 3 and 4. But Brandon was just better than me in 1 and 2, and I was only good down in 3 and 4. So allowed him to get up underneath me, and that was all she wrote. And at the end, I think we were just really too even, and it's really hard to pass here if you're not, if you don't have a super huge run on somebody. So but overall, a good race. It was fun. Good. Congrats to Brandon.
Yeah, definitely a good race for the number 2 machine here tonight. Had a lot of speed there. You guys were out in front pretty much the entire race. Didn't get to quite get involved with the melee back behind as much, but still a good run. And on the podium once again, who do you have to thank for the victory here this evening? Or the second place run here this evening?
I wish I was Victory Lane, but Arcane Setup Shop, Justin Brooks Designs, Coleman Designs, Clive Power Equipment, Friesen Performance, K-Cars Race Cars, all my friends and family that watch these races, and everybody that puts this deal on. And well, I think it's just you that puts this deal on, and Wade and everybody. So just a shout out to everybody that puts this deal on for us, so we have a place to race.
Yes, it has been fun, Mark, and glad you're choosing to spend your Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday nights here with us in the Leave the Pack iRacing League. We hope we can talk to you later on in the Super Late Models. Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
Alrighty, folks, that was your second place finisher, Mark Keedman. Now to grab a word from our winner here tonight, Mr. Brandon Elvis, 2 nights in a row. How do you feel?
Great, man. That was fun. I had a good battle with Mark there throughout that first part.
Yeah, it was definitely a good battle between the two of you. You got to his inside, and you were able to work your way and just barely be ahead at the time of the caution, and it was your control from there. He had a couple of good runs to get to your inside, but ultimately you had the better car at the end of that one. But another victory, extend your points lead. Who do you have to thank for another victory at Myrtle Beach this week?
Well, first, I just want to give a shout out to a friend of ours that used to, I don't know if y'all see, I do my burnouts in turn 3, but a dear friend of my dad's, grew up around, learned a lot from Mr. Mickey Still. He used to sit up in turn 3, and it was Dad, the Elvis family in general's biggest fans, and Dad, I think it was the big November race. Dad won there, and he went back there and burned it down for Mickey, and that's what I like doing that when I come here. Just pay a little tribute to a great friend. And
Yes,
as far as sponsors goes, I'll thank my wife for letting me do this. Mom, Dad, Chestnut Hill Restaurant, Burials Performance, Coastal Performance, ECR, Coleman Designs, and you for putting this deal on for us.
Yeah, Brandon, it's been a fun time. We love to hear stories like that involved with racing, and it's fun to incorporate them into iRacing as well. So congratulations to you on another victory. How are you feeling about your chances for another victory and sweeping the week here at Myrtle Beach?
Man, can't win them all if you don't win the first 2, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess we'll see here shortly, man. I know Mark and Gravel and Russo and Chris and James, and Coleman, all those guys are going to be in Zach. Everybody on the list right now is going to be really tough. So it's going to be fun when I have my hands full, when I have my work cut out for me.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a fun race here tonight. 150 laps. You guys have a set of tires, so that's going to be fun to watch that strategy play out. But we'll let you get to that race and let you get dialed in there. But nonetheless, congratulations one more time on another victory here at Myrtle Beach, Brandon.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, folks, as you heard it, Super Late Models are up, and we got to hop on over to that session. So thank you guys for watching this street stock portion of tonight's race. It was actually a pretty good race here at Myrtle Beach. Glad we were able to put on a pretty good show. There was some good racing up front and had a lot of exciting racing throughout the pack. But nonetheless, thank you guys one more time. Winston Deal, your host from the WD Broadcasting Network, signing it off. Peace out.